We're talking about today peeling the onion. That's the title of today, and that's because it's about the skills of asking good questions. That's what we're going to talk about. And what does peeling the onion really mean? Peeling the onion just means that there are different layers to every prospect that you're talking to and client. In other words, they're only giving you a surface level overview of exactly what you are trying to get out of them, right? So when you ask, hey, where do you plan on moving to? Okay, that's one layer. The next layer is, well, why would you even want to sell? The next layer, okay, we want to sell because we want to downsize. Oh, interesting. So what about that location you want to go, right? So there's all these different layers that you can get to, which is what I talk about a lot with you guys, and in general, which is really going to impact the conversation. And you know, I've gotten listings, I've gotten buyer deals, they always come back or whatever. When you're always presenting in every selling scenario, okay? So like, as an example, what I like to use is some lines in there, right? So what you're saying is, right? What you're doing is you want to probe and clarify. So probe into it a little bit, like, hey, so tell me more about this. Like you mentioned that you wanted to move here, but I'm just kind of confused. Like, is there any particular reason that you're looking to do that? What is the benefit of doing that? And then get clarification. You say, so what you're saying is, I want to downsize because my kids are out of the house and I want to get to another location, or I want to buy something because we want to get a bigger space for our family. Okay, but we like Upper Saddle River, or we like Hoboken because of X, Y, and Z. You know, and but repeating what they're saying, it's going to go a long way. And so what you're doing is you're always probing and you're clarifying what they're saying. So, hey, I have a question here. So just so I'm clear, this is how you're saying that, right? And then we're going to start talking more about this is the advanced sales tactics that I've learned and still learning is it's called level shifting, right? Level shifting but the way that I like to do it is one word. So as an example, we're looking to move to Hoboken. Hoboken, great. So curious, is there any particular reason you want to move to Hoboken? So what you're saying is you want to move there because you want to get basically to, and obviously I'm saying this slowly so you guys can understand, but it happens all at once and it sounds normal, right? But it's always that one word. Oh, so you want to, what is your time frame that you want to buy? We want to buy by the end of the year. By the end of the year, great. So, and then go on to the next. So what you're saying is this, but you keep repeating, repeating, it's all in that same general facet, right? And then so next point on this is you're a few questions away from a sale. So you guys, like a lot of what I've noticed is, and what I hear other agents talk and everything is that they don't go deep enough. They don't peel that onion deep enough to really, like when there's a sale that's being made. And I've gotten listings, I've gotten buyer deals, I've gotten all this stuff done when I've been able to ask a few more deeper questions, and it basically puts them in a corner where they have to answer you honestly. And that's really what you want to get to, is how can you build enough trust in like an initial conversation or the second or third conversation that you know that, hey, I'm going to get a sale from this person. Well, again, whether it's now, whether it's later, they know that they're actually going to go with you. And you know when you kind of figure that out and you got into that point. So that would be the first thing. What are some clarifying questions? You know, what did you mean by this, right? Be okay with not understanding what a prospect or client means, right? So that is this is where a lot of agents, they have a fear of rejection about them saying to us, okay, I'm going to ask this in terms of, let's say, hey, I don't really understand. You said that, you did tell me that you wanted to sell like around this time. So I'm just curious, like what changed, or what about this is really that important? Because I'm a little confused. And of course we're from Jersey here, so everyone thinks they're going to get like shot in the face by getting someone to say, hey, why does it matter? Who gives a shit? Like, well, all this reactions. But the reality is, if you say it a certain way, they will always respond. And you guys hear me on the phones, like it happens countless times. You will always get, if you dig deeper, and if you hear me, I'm always like, what does that mean even? Right? And you have to what is, I don't understand. Like, you're not making sense to me. Like, get more clear, because you have to be the driver. And that goes back to you being in control of what you're the professional. You have to be in control of it. So what do you mean by that? Just like if you have kids, you understand they're like, they're toddlers or even teenage years, they say the darndest things, and you're just like, I don't know, what did you mean by that? So question them on that. And again, going back to like, what's the benefit? What are you really getting out of moving the money from your pocket to buy this asset? What are you really getting at from moving the money basically to sell this asset? Money is never the reason that they're either selling or buying. They're getting some other alternative answer from that. That's what you have to understand. It's never, okay, as an example, I had just sold my house, right? Okay, I had a certain amount of money. Did I put it on the kitchen table and Ashley and I looked at it all the time? No. That's not why it's there. There's no reason for that. We obviously bought it. We put some back into the other house. We made some investments. This is what you have to get to. So peeling the onion is this is a huge layer because it's never about the money. Everyone thinks it's about the money. It's never about the money. Money does something for you. So that's something you have to just get out of your head. If you think it's about the money, it's never is. And especially with residential real estate, sometimes commercial real estate, it's obviously a little bit different. It's all numbers based, all price based, and cap rates, this and that. But at the end of the day, they're also getting something, a bigger property that they want to invest in or whatever. So it's never about the money. And always remember that. Okay? And some closing questions that I've asked and it works is, do you want to make more money in less time? Or do you want to have a property in less time? Here are some things that we can do, right? These are what we call tie-down questions, right? Do you, as opposed to open-ended, which is more like what, when, how, why, right? So then, do I have your attention? This is what you're really trying to get at, okay? This is, at the end of the day, when we're prospecting, we're on presentations, we're showing property, what is exactly that we're doing here? We're trying to grab their attention. You know what's more important than money than money and time? Everyone says time and money, time and money. It's attention. Attention is the most valuable asset. That's what's made Facebook, Twitter, everything. Everyone goes on these TikTok. We just talked about this, right? It's about attention. So you want to know if you have their attention. You know when the client's listening to you, when they're not listening to you. So get their attention. Then you can start going into, okay, so what you're saying is this. What you really want to, and then you one word it, level shift it, and you keep going. And so that's basically what it comes down to. And the big question I would ask you guys is, do your prospect make decisions based on logic or emotions? I'm going to ask you that, guys, in the AMA, but that is a question you need to answer. Do you really believe they're doing it on logic only? When especially you deal with like analytical clients and you are dealing with someone that's, oh, well, this price, they sold for this. I don't want to offer anything more than this. Do you think it's really about that? They're trying to confuse you into their logic. They're buying it because of the emotions, most likely. They're getting something from it, which goes back to, it's never about the money, okay? And we're always selling two things. Always, 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 always. It's confidence and certainty. When the market, interest rates went up, everyone's talking about it. Oh my God, everyone's freaking out. Okay, what are you providing to the marketplace? Are you providing certainty and confidence? Or are you providing, well, I don't know what's going on. Like, no, you're never gonna get a sale that way. So if you don't have these two things that are being projected out, whether you're new, you're a novice, it doesn't matter. You need to have these two things for you to even be more confident here. And you guys hear me on the phone. I'm always super confident, super certain of what I'm saying, and that's what they're buying, whether it's a good deal or not. Come on, guys. If we knew every good deal in the planet, we'd be buying it for ourselves. We'd be billionaires, right? At the end of the day, we don't know, but we are selling a service because they know what they want. They just can't verbalize it. They don't know what the next steps are. Okay? So that's based on, this is the peeling of the onion basis. I went really granular first, and then I went basically more high level on this.